So welcome to Bhakti Steps. The prayers on my screen, you can repeat with
I
me.
see.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya
रामकृष्ण
Jnananjana
जलाके
Chakshurunmilitam
चक्षुरुन्मिलितेन
Tasmai
तस्मै
Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya
चैतन्य
Manobhishtam
मनोभीष्टं
Sthapitam Yena
स्थापितं
Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहित कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखम वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भयवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. So welcome to Bhakti Steps. Yesterday we discussed 26 qualities required for uh, devatas to rise towards liberation. So all these qualities are there, required, by which one can rise towards liberation. Someone had a question over this. They can ask now.
No, Prabhu.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah. So all these 26 qualifications mentioned are transcendental qualities. They should be cultivated according to different statuses of social and occupational order. The purport is that even though material conditions are miserable, if these qualities are developed by practice by all classes of men, then gradually it will be possible to rise to the highest platform of transcendental realization. So all these qualities will help in liberation, mukti. And the highest mukti is to go back to Godhead, that is Vaikuntha planets. Okay. Now, divine qualities were discussed. Now, demonic qualities. Interestingly, demonic qualities are very small. I mean, very less in number, just 6 of them. But it is enough to take us down and keep us entangled in this material world. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance. These qualities are belonging to those of demonic nature, O son of Pritha. So, if you see from the Vedic literature, if we think about the Rakshasas, they all have these qualities. Pride. They are very proud. They're proud of everything, the resources that they have, the wealth that they have, even religiousness. That also they are proud. But that becomes the reason of fall down. Arrogance. Arrogance is opposite of humility. Humility is we are not. Humility is when one is not interested in one's honor. He is not anxious for one's honor, but arrogance is where he will demand that honor. Hmm? Conceit, cheating, anger. If you just compare this in case of Ravana, you will see everything is there. Anger is there, conceit is there, arrogance is there, pride is there, harshness is there, and ignorance. Ignorance is ignorant of our real spiritual nature. Okay, so all these are demonic qualities, and these take us down in the lower planetary system, in lower animal lives actually. So in this verse, the royal road to hell is described. So this is a road to hell. The demonic want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science, although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some types of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demonic qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the womb of their mothers. So these are born, okay? These are born. These demonic qualities are when one take birth, okay? And when one associates with such demonic people, then also he gets such demonic qualities. Just hold on, please. Ah, just like in Ramayana, there was this one monkey called as Divida. So this monkey he served Lord Ram very nicely, but then he had some enmity towards Lakshman. So when Lord Ram was returning back to his Ayodhya in the eternal uh, Vaikuntha Loka, he told four people not to come with him, and one was Maindya and Hanuman. Then Divida also. So Divida later he took um, association of Narkasura, some demon, and that demon had all these bad qualities. Because of association with him, Divida also became like that. And later in Krishna Lila, he got killed by Balram. So even by association with these demonic people, one will develop these qualities. Now, we always talked about Vibhishan. Vibhishan, even though he was associating with Ravana, still he couldn't take on these qualities. The reason was he was born with divine qualities. That was one thing, and second thing, he was very much fixed in shastras. He was very much fixed in spiritual science. Because of that, he would avoid being like Ravana and Kumbhakaran, his brothers. So those who do spiritual practice sincerely, right, they can avoid all these qualities. Sincerity is very important. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas demonic qualities make for bondage. Bondage means they increase our karma, so that in next life also we are here only. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born of divine qualities. Now, hearing all these bad qualities, Arjuna got fearful, and Krishna could sense that. Therefore, he told Arjuna, you are born of divine qualities, you don't worry. Okay. Now, can someone read this purport?
Yes, Prabhu, sure. Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna by telling him that he was not born with demonic qualities. And his involvement in the fight was not demonic because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons such as Bhishma and Drona should be killed or not. So he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige, or harshness. Therefore, he was not of the quality of the demons. For a Kshatriya, a military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental, and refraining from such a duty is demonic. Therefore, there was no cause for Arjuna to lament. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of different orders of life is transcendently situated. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So, Arjuna was actually thinking, why should I kill my grandfather, my teacher, and all? So, such thoughtfulness is definitely without anger, false prestige, or harshness. He had a soft heart. The whole Bhagavad Gita was spoken to him because he said that I don't want to fight. So, so by this only we can understand that Arjuna was not infected by such demonic qualities. Oh, sin of Prita, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine, and other one is demoniac. I have already explained to you the length of divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac. So now Krishna is going to talk about demoniac qualities. How they think and how they act and how they live in this world. Those who are born with divine qualities follow regulated life, four regulative principles. That is to say that they abide by the injunctions in scriptures and by authorities. One should perform duties in the light of authoritative scriptures. This mentality is called divine. If you follow scriptures, then we are following the divine path. One who does not follow regulative principles as they laid down by scriptures and act according to the whims is called demoniac or asuric. There is no criteria but obedience to the regulative principles of scriptures. It is mentioned in the Vedic literatures that both the devatas and the demons are born of the Prajapatis. See, both were cousins actually, Aditi and Diti. The only difference is one obeys the Vedic injunction, others does not. See, in our government also, they made rules, right? Those who follow the rules, they are legally good citizens, right? And those who don't follow the rules, they become automatically criminals. Same way in the universal government, the Shastras are there, and who follows the Shastras is divine, is Daivata Sampada, and those who don't follow are Asuric. Okay, now those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done because they don't follow Shastras. They don't know what is to be done, what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. They are neither clean, they don't have proper behavior. Like you can just imagine Ravana, and you will find all these qualities in him. Okay, can someone read the purport?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can
Hmm.
read. In every civilized human society, there is some set of scriptural rules and regulations which is followed from the beginning. Especially among the Aryans, those who adopt the Vedic civilization and who are known as the most advanced civilized peoples. Those who do not follow the scriptural injunctions are supposed to be demons. Therefore, it is stated here that the demons do not know the scriptural rules, nor do they have any inclination to follow them. Most of them do not know them, and even if some of them know, they have not the tendency to follow them. They have no faith, nor are they willing to act in terms of the Vedic injunctions. The demons are not clean, either externally or internally. One should always be careful to keep his body clean by bathing, brushing teeth, shaving, changing clothes, etc. As far as internal cleanliness is concerned, one should always remember the holy name of God and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The demons neither like nor follow all these rules for external and internal cleanliness. As for behavior, there are many rules and regulations guiding human behavior, such as the Manu Samhita, which is the law of the human race. Even up to today, those who are Hindu follow the Manu Samhita. Laws of inheritance and other legalities are derived from this book. Now, in the Manu Samhita, it is clearly stated that a woman should not be given freedom. That does not mean that women are to be kept as slaves, but they are like children. Children are not given freedom, but that doesn't mean that they are kept as slaves. The demons have now neglected such injunctions, and they think that women should be given as much freedom as men. However, this has not improved the social condition of the world. Actually, a woman should be given protection at every stage of life. She should be given protection by the father in her younger days, by the husband in her youth, and by the grown up sons in her old age. This is proper social behavior according to the Manu Samhita. But modern education has artificially devised a puffed up concept of womanly life, and therefore marriage is practically now an imagination in human society. The social condition of women is thus not very good now, although those who are married are in a better condition than those who are proclaiming their so called freedom. The demons therefore do not accept any instruction which is good for society. And because they do not follow the experience of great sages and the rules and regulations laid down by the sages, the social condition of the demonic people is very miserable. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So many points have been discussed here. Scriptural injunctions. Like, even if by cleaning also, like external cleaning, internal cleaning is discussed. External cleaning is to bath and clean yourself, body and all that. Internal cleaning is to through sadhana, to chanting the holy name of the Lord. And then the shastras, there's a shastra called as Manu Samhita, Manu Smriti. There many kinds of rules, regulations are mentioned, and we still follow some of them. Not everything, but we still follow. In where Prabhupada is mentioning this point that women should not be given freedom. The real statement is women should always be given protection. Hmm? There are three people who are always to be given protection: women, old people, and children. These three people have always to be given protection. Like, a child may try to cross the road all by himself, but the parents will still go or run after him, hold his child, hold his hand, and will will give him protection, even though the child may not want that. So in today's society, we see that women, they want to be free, and they don't want any control over them and all that, and they think that they will be able to protect themselves. Is the modern feminist idea. Actually, I'll call it modern feminist idea. um, but that is proving to be problematic to them only. Marriages are getting broken, and the women, they are getting exploited under the name of modern feminism, and the women themselves are not understanding. They are being utilized for enjoyment only. They are not understanding the evil plans of the lusty men. Okay, so they're getting exploited in this name of freedom. So Vedic injunction says that just like children and old people are given protection, even women should be given protection, and women should be given protection throughout her life, not just when she is young, but throughout her life. When she's a child, the protection should be through her father. When in her youth, it should be through her husband, and when she is grown up, when in her old age, it should be through her sons. So like that, the protection should continue. Okay. Any questions or comment on this? Do you think we can implement this Manu Samhita instruction to give protection to women in today's modern society? Hmm? Do you think this thing still is valid in today's life?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Interestingly, in Bhagavad Gita, in the very first chapter, Arjuna raises this question. He is very much concerned about Varana Sankara. Hmm. So he says, when so many people will die in this war, hmm, then what will happen to the women of the family who will protect them? And they will be exploited by evil men. And from this exploitation, there will come a population which is unwanted. Unwanted means those who are not according to Garbhadan Sanskar, unwanted population. And such unwanted population will cause hellish life, both to the family and they will destroy family tradition. They'll corrupt the family, fall down. Because there will be no senior to guide them. Hmm? And they will be born of all demonic qualities only. Okay. So because of this, welfare activities will die, family welfare activities will end, community projects will end. There will be a whole destruction only. And in next life also, people will reside in hell because you know there will be no shraddha done for by the present generation for the past generation because they are not been taught at all. So the generation which is there in the heavenly planets or wherever, Pitralok or in any other planet, hellish planets or whatever, they won't they won't proceed further. They need punya. They need the Shraddha punya. So such analysis he did in the very first chapter. And this was seen in every war that we see, right? Presently wars are going on. And previously also there were wars, World War One, Two. This situation always came. The women they were exploited and all that, so Arjuna could see all these things and therefore he didn't want to fight. So to a modern woman, how are we going to explain this? Any thoughts? To a modern woman, how are you going to explain that you should always be protected by either your father, your husband, or your son? Any thoughts on this? How to convince, or let's say, how to explain, not convince but explain this point. Any thoughts? How will you explain this point to today's girls and all that?
Sorry, Prabhu, I couldn't understand the question. Like, father in younger days, husband, this is the one you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, a woman should not be given freedom. Otherwise, women should always be protected at every stage in her life.
So, Prabhu, in today's world also, right? While we all talk about, equality and all of that and so on and so forth, but still, women, I think it's more about how to give them a good environment, protect them from the outside world, and we hear so many things happens. I think this is what I basically understand. Like in today's world, though women are well educated, earning, they are not financially dependent, but at the same time, it is also very important for them to give that ecosystem so that they feel protected in their house and environment. That's what my understanding would be, Prabhu.
Okay. In any case, whether it is modern feminism or whether it is Vedic, women do understand that being protected in a family is the best case scenario, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
There is no argument for that. Everyone understands. Okay. Yeah. It's yeah. This is a good way to explain. and good way to explain, why Manu Samhita will say such things. Okay, so we are out of time. Any questions or comments?
So, the only question that I have is that while I could explain what I think, but do you think, from the Vedic perspective, right? Olden days were different, but today is also, it's different. Anything else that probably we can talk about in this context, keeping in today's environment and the scriptures put together? This was my understanding, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts.
My thought um, is not to think like, this is from the Shastra or this is from the modern thought. Okay, when we think like that, right, then people may think, okay, this is from the old Shastras and all, and they it's like what they call as patriarchy, right? It's coming from men. That is one thought. Another is mansplaining, where they think that such thoughts are coming from man or something. They don't have this authority, understanding of sages, rishi munis, which are pure souls. And when they are writing such things, it is beyond this duality of man and woman. Okay, and it is also coming from the supreme lord also. He's who's the creator of these things. So coming back to how to explain and what is my I mean, how to present this is through, uh, through practical explanation. That is the best thing. Whether it is modern feminism or it is Vedic times, there have been aggressions over women, and they were always protected by strong people, whether it be today or whether it be bygone days, right? By strong community, by strong family, by strong men, by courageous men only they were protected. This is a fact. There is no there is no other example, right? So pointing about them that, this is the reality, and therefore one should respect such a protection given uh, by a family, given by, a strong community. And one should not protest that why this is there. Rather, they should understand why, that how it is helpful. By that explanation, we can convince, or people can understand, right? Does that help, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay, so we'll stop here.